Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good holiday season, and I hope you're raring to go for the new year. The book today is called Christmas at the Women's Hotel by Daniel M. Lavery. This is part of a new series that he's done. He also wrote a book called Texts from Jane Eyre a number of years ago, and I think that's partly why I saw this on the list in the library. I got to recommend. It looked cute. I like the cover. It's kind of cute. But so what I'll do is I'll give you my rating and my thoughts after I read the plot. New York Times bestselling author Daniel M. Lavery returns to the world of Women's Hotel in this delightful and heartwarming novella about one especially lively Christmas time at the Biermeyer. Christmas at the Beardmeyer Hotel means work. For much of the year, employment comes infrequently to Beardmeyer residents, but during the Advent season, they're in high demand all over the city. As holiday window dressers, sales girls at the card stores on 42nd Street, Broadway usherettes, assistants to the Lincoln Center laundress at the Nutcracker, or off-season security guards working for Pinkerton at the World's Fair. I should note that this takes place in 64, December of 64, I think he said. Or in December of 65. That's when it generally takes place. So it takes place in the mid-60s. Catherine explores the possibility of reconnecting with a younger sister moving to New York. Lucienne goes into business for herself, running a strictly social register for telephone order mail escort agency out of her room, while Mrs. Mossler attempts to solve the mystery of the Birdmeyer's skyrocketing phone bills and frets over Christmas tips for the hotel's few remaining employees. And while the three gem thieves who broke into the American Museum of Natural History have recently been apprehended, not all of the stolen jewels have been recovered, and Patricia and Carol have been behaving very strangely recently. Christmas is a season of wonder and mystery, after all. I give this a 3. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I thought this would be sort of I didn't realize this was part of a series, and that there were characters in the previous book called Women's Hotel that would be integral to understanding this story. So I gave it a 3. I should have probably given it a little less, and I felt it kind of went a little too quick. Now, this will I'll probably go back, reread the first book, and get into this book. Read this book again, just to make sure I know what I'm understanding, because obviously there's a lot I'm misunderstanding and the characters I don't know about and that sort of thing. I think I read this in a single day. It was on the 26th, December 26th, and I just devoured it. Like, I just read it. I just couldn't help myself. I thought it was a cute book. Part of my rating is that I didn't understand what was going on, really. I should have probably given it a lower rating, but I didn't. Oh well. Have to reread it. I'll probably understand it better to get this understood. Part of why I read it was I was trying to get into a bingo slot for a bingo card that I do each month, and I wanted to get the line done, and this was in that line, unfortunately, and I did not realize, I should have read it before I put it down, that this was part of a series. And I probably, once I read the first book, I probably will understand the series a little bit better and understand this book better. Anyways, that was Christmas at the Women's Hotel. I should note that women single women, and when you're living in the city at the time, you didn't rent your own place. You rented a room in a hotel. So, like The Dollhouse, book by Fiona Davis, is exactly about that sort of situation where women would rent a room or a series of rooms, and they wouldn't rent an apartment because you couldn't, right? Laws hadn't changed, but you could rent a room by the month or by the week, whatever. Or, yeah, I think that's how they did it. It's by the month. And you would pay, and it would be a hotel with somebody who was like a matron who would, there'd be rules about like guests, and especially male guests, just so that your parents would be thinking you're safe, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was a women's only. You can see it says women's only on the cover there. But yeah, it's called the Beardmeister Hotel. I believe that's what the hotel's called. And it's one of these places where, you could rent your room while you were a single gal, either working in the city or studying. And it was completely normal and, hopefully completely safe. So that was Christmas at the Women's Hotel. I look forward to reading the first book, which is called The Women's Hotel. And that way I can get a better understanding of this book. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.